oftentimes the one thing that prevents us from making a really bad decision is when somebody just offers a single question, a single thought, a single statement that we hadn't originally thought of. Mm-hmm. And when that question comes up, you're like, oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
And that can keep us from walking ourselves off the ledge, right? I had a really good friend in college, and when I was at the Air Force Academy, I had a really good friend, and we used to make horrible decisions together. Mm-hmm. And like we actually, even at 21 and 22 years old, we were mature enough to be like, you know, we're kind of like gasoline and a match when we're together. And even though we get along, and even though we're like, we were not yin and yang, we were like yin squared. It was bad. So we kind of actually started taking steps to not be around each other so much. Like, even though we were friends, we realized we were not friends that were advancing ourselves. Mm. And now, you know, 15, 25, however many years later, how many years has it been? 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. 20 years later, we reconnect and we joke about it, but we look at our families. I mean, you met them when we were traveling recently. Mm-hmm. Like, he's got a beautiful family with 4 kids, and they've been married for 12 years. And I've got a beautiful family with 2 kids, and we've been married for 13 years. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I feel like we both would have probably ended in a fiery motorcycle accident had we stayed friends back in 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
So I think you're exactly right. There really is something powerful about having people that are different who are on a team together. Like our marriage. Our marriage works because we're so different.
Yeah.
Right? The United States government works. I know that we're facing another shutdown.
Yeah.
And it seems like we're facing a new shutdown every quarter.
Yeah.
But it works because we're constantly pulling ourselves apart, right? We're constantly in conflict. Mm-hmm. What we need to do is learn how to turn that conflict into something more constructive.
Yes.
Right? And I feel like you and I are the thing that we do so well in our marriage is always try to find a way to turn our conflict into something constructive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? And it's good. One of the other things that comes to my mind is when you want to destroy your diet, like when you skip lunch or when you like have a cup of coffee in the morning and forget to eat breakfast.
Yeah. Usually skipping a meal isn't my problem. It's usually the extra. You're the meal skipper. Yeah, I'm putting another pancake on there.
When you want an extra meal and it's going to just destroy your body, right? Like I think the other day you were talking about like, all I want right now is a giant fatty hamburger and French fries. Remember that conversation?
Yep.
And I was like, oh my gosh, my love, if you eat that, you're going to feel like garbage for the next 3 hours. And I think we were getting ready to take the kids somewhere, or we were getting ready to go on a date. One of the two. Mm-hmm. And you were like, unless you put something in front of me right now, I am going to eat garbage. And I was like, let me cut up a pear and let me, grab some tortilla chips and I'll grab a kombucha and whatever. Just give this woman some calories so that she has a chance to make a better decision.
It was an acceptable substitute.
Marriage is the great equalizer. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah.
Because for as cool as some people think I am, they would laugh their ass off when they saw me scrambling to cut up a pear for you and grab a handful of dates. Right? It's comical. If they saw what I did for our daughter, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I don't even I romance at that.
If you like this short clip, make sure you click here to see the next clip or here to see the full podcast episode.